songs can fly on the airwaves. They just need a chance to start. The songs can grow and hope and faith and fly from heart to heart.
Did you know Purple Songs Can Fly? Welcome to our program, produced by the Children in Treatment at the Texas Children's Cancer and Hematology Centers. Our program is about great music made by some terrific young talents. Now, here are the hosts of Purple Songs Can Fly.
Hello guys, and welcome to the show, Purple Songs Can Fly on the Voice America Kids Network. My name is Emily Freeman.
And I'm Dominic Tavlin.
And we're here at Texas Children's, and we are going to be interviewing my doctor, Dr. Okcu. So welcome.
Welcome to the studio, Mr. Okcu.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
I'm so happy to be back.
Awesome. All right.
We introduced Dr. Okcu in an episode previously, but we're going to cover some things that we covered last time.
Yes.
And then explore some other things in further detail.
Yes.
So first off, you grew up in Turkey.
I did.
And this is a country that not many of us here in the United States, so tell us something about that first, an exotic place really.
Yes.
Well, Turkey is a country in the Middle East. It has a land that's both in Europe and Asia. It's a little bit bigger than Texas, about 1/3 larger area than Texas. It's a bigger portion as Asia. And there's this big strait called Bosphorus that goes between the piece in Europe and Asia in the city of Istanbul.
Istanbul, yes.
Which is the largest city, capital city in Europe. It has about 17, 18 million people right now.
I didn't know that was the biggest. I thought
it is.
Paris or Berlin. Istanbul.
Istanbul is much bigger than either of those, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
And it's a very old land, I can tell you that. There's a lot of history there. There are cities that I visited that are 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's a lot of history of religion. There you can go find parts of history from all three major religions in Istanbul and also in the country. It's beautiful. Three sides of it are surrounded by water. South part is the Mediterranean Sea, west part is the Aegean Sea, and at north there's the Black Sea.
Did you live on the coast? Did you do a lot of swimming, or?
I actually did my later part of my elementary school, my middle school and high school right at the southern coast.
Oh, beautiful.
Across from
nice.
Cyprus. Yeah,
That's beautiful.
Wow.
It is.
So tell us about your schooling. How is that different from education in the United States?
I was one of the lucky ones, and I went to a private school. So, and there are, just like here, there are private schools and public schools. And unfortunately, the country is not as rich as United States. So the money that goes to the public school is not a lot. So the education is not that strong compared to the United States in the public schools. But the private schools are pretty good. I mean, there are 4 schools in the country that are established by the missionaries who went from U.S. actually to Turkey. The one that I went to was established in a little bit before 1900, and once the Republic of Turkey was established, so the school was secularized. So it's now part of the Ministry of Education. So I went to that school. The curriculum was in English, so I learned English in middle school and growing up, into high school.
Nice.
It was quite good education, I can tell you that. So that I think we got good education in math, science, and all the social studies, and then I was able to get into a really good medical school after I finished high school.
Oh, good. Now, as I understand it, in Turkey, it's basically high school, and once you graduate from high school, you go straight on to whatever your profession is. It's like you don't go on to college. Is that? Am I
true.
correct?
So that's the European system. So
I see.
You do high school, and then you there's no college. And for example, if you go to medical school, the first 2 years is sort of like college. You do college classes, but you're already in medical school, and the medical school is 6 years compared to 4 years of education over here. And same for the law school. You just go directly to law school or engineering school, whatever you want to do. Exactly.
I see. Okay. All right.
Did you travel before you came to the United States? And how old were you when you first came over?
So when I first came here, you did ask this last time, and I had to think about it because I had to calculate. Right? So I came here in 1992. I was 27 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did not travel. I mean, I worked in Turkey for a while after I finished the medical school. Then for a foreign medical graduate to come to the United States, you have to take some exams so that the system checks if your education, your medical education, is equivalent to what is done over here. So you have to, answer some questions. The test is actually worth 4 days. I mean, you have to take 2 separate weekends, and then remember those Saturdays and Sundays, 2 Saturdays, Sundays, from morning till the evening, and you would feel very tired the next day.
But you passed it.
I passed
Like,
it.
okay,
I actually
good,
passed
good.
it twice. I had to do it again when I came over here.
But here you are now.
That's right.
Yes. Now, when you were growing up, were you involved in any sports or anything like that?
So I loved sports. I mean, that's so when I being going to a private school meant that there were a lot of resources, opportunities. You could do a lot of hobbies. You could do just anything you want, basically, in my middle and high school. So I did a lot of sports, and I played basketball, in a club regularly for about 5 years, so end of middle school and the entire high school. I played in the volleyball team of my high school. We went to the nationals, and we were the third. We couldn't win it, but I played in my school's volleyball team. I played a lot of soccer in school. Soccer is the primary.
That's one of the biggest sports in the world.
Sports in the world. That's right.
Right.
So I grew up playing soccer,
Okay.
and in or out of the school, and I did some other things too. I mean, swimming, high jump. What do you call that? High
Vaulting,
jump?
I think?
Not
Or
vaulting. No, just
high
high jump. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What family did you grow up in? How many siblings?
I only had one sibling,
Okay.
and who was 10 years younger than me,
Okay.
and who works in the banking system in Turkey right now. So we my parents and us, we were small, but I had 12 cousins. My father was one of the 5, siblings, and we were frequently together with our, cousins, and they are still to date. Some of them are my best friends.
Wonderful. So
Awesome.
in Turkey, that area is primarily what religion, and how do you grow up spiritually?
So 99% of the country is Muslim.
Okay.
And there are minorities, and so growing up, let me tell you it this way: they are Muslim, but this is a secular country, and so the only very small minority is, you can describe them as fundamentalists, just who are very strict and covered and with the beard and all that.
Right.
The rest are just, they would look like us, and they wouldn't practice Islam also in a very certain way that that people do.
It
over
wasn't
here.
very obvious.
It wasn't very obvious. I say light Islam, and I grew up in a family that way too. So religion wasn't a very big part of our life. I can tell you that.
We'll talk some more about this when you come
Yes.
back after this break.
We're gonna finish this segment with a song by Candace when she was 14, and it's called "For These Dreams." Enjoy.
Don't go away.
In these clouds I can see the sun trying to break through. So I breathe in your love for a reassuring place to say. For these songs I'll sing for you, to know how I feel and to show you. For these dreams I believe
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Purple Songs Can Fly radio show on the Voice America Kids Network. We are here in the Purple Songs Can Fly studio. I'm Dominic.Dr.
And I'm Emily Freeman.
And we're back to interviewing Dr. Mehmet Okcu. So, you came over to the United States and began your profession as a doctor. Why did you choose to specialize in pediatrics?
So that decision happened a very long time ago, so I have to just really think carefully again to see if I remember that. I always had a really good relationship with children. In all of my life, when we went to friends' houses, kids were my friends. I just always, had a special interest in them during the medical school. I did enjoy my rotation, with the pediatrics, and that was basically, it. I always found them, very interesting to interact with. I always felt that, children, if you treat them like adults, you learn a lot about them. You get a lot of rewards, from them. It was a natural thing, to be honest with you. I didn't even think that which profession, which topic of medicine I should pick. It was pediatrics. Of course, that's my thing.
Right.
Do you work at any hospitals other than Texas Children's?
And what all in the past?
So I started working here while I'm training, as a resident for pediatrics at Herman Hospital, which is across the street on Fannin. And so I did 3 years of residency over there, became a pediatrician first. Then to become a pediatric hematologist, oncologist, you have to do something called fellowship. That's 3 years extra training, specifically about hematology and oncology, cancer problems that happen in children and adolescents. So I did that 3 years at MD Anderson. They have a pediatric program over there. And after that, I did about 3 years of research at MD Anderson, and then I came over here in 2001.
Okay. So could you maybe describe the life, maybe of a day or in a week of a pediatric oncologist and hematologist?
So we have about 130, 140 pediatric hematologists, oncologists over here.
Okay.
We have which is one of the largest, programs in the country. And so everybody's a little different, so I'm going to tell you about just mine.
Okay.
So what I do in about 60 to 70% of my time, I take care of patients, and so I'm in clinic. And the rest of the time, I do research. And so I can tell you that Mondays and Thursdays, my week, I'm from the morning till whenever I'm in clinic. So as Emily and you know very well,
yes,
that we're back here
we
in
see
the
you
rooms.
in the hallway.
I see about in average 8 to 9 patients in each day, and try to help out whatever issues they have. Many of them have usually a scan to follow up and just a checkup in the visit,
right.
And that's for the most part. And then if there are problems, that they have that we have to, take care of. If I need to, speak with other disciplines, because as Emily knows, I do a lot of brain tumors. There are many other specialists involved, so frequently I have to, call a neurosurgeon or call an endocrinologist and some other, colleague to help me, taking care of our patients. And other than those 2 days, I'm usually in the office, which is on the 15th floor, and either preparing for clinic, or just working on my research projects.
And is that the molecular cancer epidemiology?
That's
okay.
one of them. Yes.
Could you explain a bit about what that is?
Yeah, explain a little bit.
So one of my interests is learning about late effects that happen after cancer treatment. So we cure about at least 80% of our patients.
Okay.
That means 8 out of 10 patients that come through this door are without their cancers forever. Okay, but unfortunately, many of them do experience sometimes permanent side effects from therapy. So these therapies are chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and then sometimes even with surgery you can experience some permanent side effects. So that's my interest comes in. So what can we do about these, late effects? How can we prevent them, first of all? And if they happen, are there ways to treat them so that a survivor can have the best quality of life? They can achieve their goals in life, the best education they can get, the best job that they can get, and they can be productive and happy. Okay? Right. And with that comes in the molecular epidemiology part. So many times we don't know why these late effects happen, side effects. I'm just going to give an example.
Sure.
So when you give radiation to a brain tumor patient, one of the side effects that they can have is learning problems. Okay, the brain unfortunately is sensitive to radiation while we're killing the tumor with this, energy that we use. The normal brain also gets affected, and you can have learning problems, memory problems, attention problems that can affect the life of a person in a significant way. So this doesn't happen in everybody. So what we try to understand is, can we, with a simple blood test, we're using molecular epidemiology methods, find out who is going to get it and who's not going to get it. Okay? So what we do is we look at some of the genes that are in the blood cells by doing that blood test, and can we use those genes, which are all different in the population, and there are genes that involved in clearing up the side effects of radiation. Let me just say it that way. Okay. And everybody has different genes in you doing that function. So what we do, just test everybody's blood for those genes and see if those genes can explain who's going to get it and who's not going to get it. And if that happens, then we can use those genes to maybe develop some prevention.
And that way you know who is more likely to get it, and you can give them special attention to prevent the problem.
Exactly.
Okay.
Interesting.
Looking forward to a breakthrough in that direction, definitely.
Yes.
It's about time to wrap up this segment, though, so we're going to have to end with the song It Started With a Dream by Marilyn, Marari, and Jeremiah when they were 16, 17, and 11-year-old. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
See ya.
There once was an astronaut named Heidi. She liked to fly in space. She liked to see Venus and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and stars. It started with a dream, a desire to explore, to discover something new, to blast off and soar. She took her desire forward, studied and never gave up. She studied hard to achieve her goal, and now she's an inspiration to other souls. It started with a dream, a desire to explore, to discover something new, to blast off and soar. Thank you for taking our music into space. Always know that you have in our hearts a special place. There once was an astronaut named Heidi. She liked to fly in space. She liked to see Venus and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and stars. It started with a dream, a desire to explore, to discover something new, to blast off and soar. desire to explore, to discover something new, to blast off and soar, 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 to blast off and soar.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Purple Songs Can Fly show on Voice America Kids. We are interviewing Dr. Okcu right now, and we're just gonna head it off. Okay, so we hear you have some musical talent. Your son certainly does. I've heard him sing, and he's very good.
You should see the face. He's looking at us like, where did you hear that? What is this?
Let's just say a little birdie told me. So do you sing? let's rewind and say, do you sing?
Let's say I used to.
Okay.
I right now just sing for fun. I mean, there's no nothing, active that happens. But
Okay.
when I'm with friends, we're on a table just and having fun. We sing all together, just
Sure.
and that's probably the extent of it right now. But I did sing in a couple of choirs in the United States when I first came here in 1992 through probably 96 or 97.
Okay, so no American Idol. No, nothing like that.
No, just couldn't get there yet.
Okay. Well, what about, do you play any instruments, musical instruments?
I can play some chords and piano in a couple of tunes. I can play accordion. I still have my accordion actually.
Oh,
I brought it from
my.
Turkey just with me. Even I have it
Oh,
at home every now and then. I just pull it up.
Oh,
I play
my
I play the
goodness.
recorder. I can play the recorder too. I think pretty good.
That's one instrument we don't have in the studio, an accordion.
Right.
We need
Oh,
to add
come
that.
on.
You need to bring yours over
Looks
here.
like it's going to be a third visit.
Third show!
Dr. Okcu is back with the accordion.
Yes! Whole show.
Who are some of your favorite artists and your favorite genres? What do you like to listen to?
Well, I usually listen to everything, anything. What do I have in my? I can tell you what do I have in my iPad
Right.
list right now is I do have a lot of alternative rocks. Just one of my favorite groups is Fun.
Oh, yes.
Nate Ross is one of my favorite singers, and Foo Fighters. Just I like
This is another good one.
Awesome.
yeah, their recent album is just so good, and I can recommend it strongly.
I can totally see you rocking out to this. This is my doctor.
I like people like Lerna McKennett from Canada. I mean, who sings folk tunes, and she's a I don't know how you describe that, a world musician in a way. I also like, for example, definitely, Pink Floyd, all the rockers,
Yes.
at that
Yes,
time,
yes.
Rolling Stones.
How about even older? Do you do Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin?
Frank
any of that
Sinatra,
stuff?
I do listen to that. I mean, I have a couple of Michael Bublé, CDs too. I have about 300 songs from Beatles.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Oh, that's awesome.
And I have those in tape cassettes, at which you too won't even
Oh, I know tape
You
cassettes.
do?
I do.
And I
Yes.
still have them. I mean, I had them since high school. That that I recorded them. So I think classic music. We are very strong as a family on that too. We go to the concerts, and I have a good collection on that too. I think nowadays, just what do I keep as current? I do listen to a lot of alternative rock. I can tell you that, and world folk music. I keep up with Turkish music. Turkish rock is one of my favorite genres too.
I'm trying to imagine Turkish rock.
I can send you just one of my favorite.
Okay, send me something.
Definitely.
Awesome.
I'll look at that afterwards. Thank you.
Well, maybe you can sing something at the end of the show. Would you be interested in that?
I've never heard Turkish music, so maybe just a little something. If you're up for it.
It doesn't even have to be
we can
Turkish,
try,
but
we
we'd
can
love
try.
to hear you sing.
So you first found out about Purple Songs Can Fly with Miss Anita when you were working here at Texas Children's?
That's right.
Okay, and how did you become interested? How did you first find out?
I think just like
Walking by the
everybody else
studio?
over here, walked by studio and just found out that what was it for, and just that what a great thing it's about, and that's how I learned about it.
The little
Yes.
window with
Room,
the
it kind of draws attention.
well, the little window
Yeah.
with the purple
It was
trim.
in the old
In the old location.
previously it was
That's
Right.
when we entered the clinic, so you could
Right.
definitely see it over there too. But since I've always been into music. It was it stimulated my curiosity even more. Just what this is all about. And,
Yes.
it's been really great for everybody here. I can tell you that. Just in the patients and the staff.
Well, Dr. Okcu, we would love to hear you sing. Will you sing for us?
Sure.
Awesome.
Since you insist.
All right. All right.
Well, I'm gonna.
Do we have musical accompaniment, or is it acapella?
No, I think I can do it.
Acapella.
Okay.
Acapella.
Alrighty then.
So I'm gonna just sing you a few lines about a song, which is one of my favorite songs. This is in Turkish, but Greece is very, just close by Turkey, just across the water, on the west side, and the culture is very similar, and the music is actually quite similar too. So there are a lot of singers on both sides who sing tunes in their own word for in their own country. So this is one of my favorite group who does a lot of folk singing, and the tune is again Greek, and this is about a bird that just is the turna is the name of the bird, and that talks about a bird, and the theme actually basically how times have changed and how the bird got I don't say dirty but old, because people are getting old and people are hurting the environment, and how that is affecting all the birds and animals. All right? So here it goes. Telli 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 şu telli turna, sanma ki yaralı uçmaz bir daha. Takılmış kanadı göçmen buluta, anlatır eski beni şimdiki bana. Sakın çıkma patika yollara, o dağlara, kırlara, o karlı ovaya. Yenik düşüyor her şey zamana. Biz büyüdük ve kirlendi dünya.
What a treat. Thank you
That
so
was
much.
beautiful. That was beautiful. Wow. So I think we're gonna wrap up this segment and with the song, another song, by Kim Young when she was 5. I Sing Everywhere. Thank you.
Sing to my sister, I sing to my mom, I sing to my brother, I sing to my dad. Through my room, in my car, in my church, everywhere. I sing to my nana, I sing to my papa, I sing to my lady, I sing to the rich.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Purple Songs Can Fly program on the Voice America Kids Network. We are in our last segment now interviewing Dr. Okcu.
Yes.
So we have still some ammunition up our sleeves.
Yes, we do.
We're gonna have some more fun.
scared.
Yes.
Last segment, here we go.
So, now Miss Anita, chose the color purple for Purple Songs Can Fly because purple, it's one of my favorite colors. It's, it can, inspire people. It can,
It says here on the paper, because purple is associated with inspiration and imagination. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Anita thinks so anyway.
Well,
so here we are.
It is one of my favorite.
Scientific fact.
It is one of my favorite colors. And speaking of colors, a friend of mine, a doctor,
The birdie. Is it the little birdie?
and yes, a little birdie
Extra
told
right
me
now.
that somebody has a little red sports car. Can you maybe inform us about that?
You got one too?
Kind of elaborate.
Nice.
Elaborate on that.
Well, I have a little red Miata, yes.
Awesome.
It's like a toy car, it's very,
Yes.
it's a small two-seater.
Mm-hmm.
It's a convertible. And
Of course.
This is a really, I'd say poor man's convertible. It's a manual, you have to open
No,
it
I
up
like
just with
that.
your hand.
Yeah.
So you
That's
get some
nice.
exercise while
That's
you're doing
nice.
that. But it's a Mazda. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the Mazdas are great cars because they
Yes.
have this engine that it really picks up the acceleration very quickly. All of them. I drove another Mazda 323 before this one, and that's why I like them. And when you're in traffic, if you are supposed to go, if you push on the accelerator, the car has to go.
You want to go?
I can totally see you zipping around town in your little convertible,
I don't. I try not to.
Oh, that's what you say. That's what you say.
What's driving like back in Turkey? Are the roads crowded? Did you drive
Very
back in
much.
Turkey?
Yes. So Istanbul. Remember
Yes.
we talked about it? That's where I had my last 9 years in Turkey before I came here.
Mm-hmm.
It's still that traffic is just jammed the whole time, so you can't zip around.
Right.
With any car, you're in traffic. Many hours in through the day.
Ouch.
But yeah, you just drive, and I learned how to drive. There. It's been a good learning
Good training.
experience.
Right.
If you can make it there,
That's
you can
right.
make it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's much more organized over here. People actually, believe it or not, they go.
Oh.
They abide the rules more often, almost all the time here. I can tell you that. Just in Turkey, people don't. If there's a red light, you don't expect people to stop. So
Oh, my.
you are always on the alert. Just looking at your right, left, multiple times before you cross any intersection. I'm not kidding.
That's
I'm
very
serious.
much like New York.
Yeah. It's
Huh. So, how old were you when you got your first car, and what kind was it?
I was a graduate from medical school, so that was 1990. So
Okay.
I was 25,
Okay.
and it was a Turkish car. It was a sedan.
Okay.
It was 15 years old, and I drove it for about 4 or 5 years, and
Oh.
it was drivable.
Nice.
It was an old car.
Got you where you needed to be.
And maybe can I ask what color was it?
It was white.
Okay.
It wasn't my choice.
If it was your choice, it
My-
might be red.
My parents bought it for me, so it was a gift. So it was
right.
fine.
All right.
Okay, here you are famous for, at Texas Children's Hospital, you are famous for your ties and apparently also your socks. Is there a story behind this?
Oh my
I'm a
goodness
little new to it
gracious.
myself. So, is there a history behind this or just because?
Well, I love colors.
Okay.
Okay, but I like purple a lot too. But I like bright colors. My
Yes.
favorite color is actually yellow. My next car will definitely be yellow. I can tell you that. I like red too, but I like bright colors.
Yes.
So I try, I like putting on bright ties. I love that tie that Emily gave me today, and I just color screaming color ties. So what I have just over the past couple of years, I guess, just developed a habit as I wear socks that match my shirt.
Right.
And my shirt is usually colored also.
Yes.
So I have pink socks, I have yellow, I have green, and I have blue socks. So that's why I guess I'm becoming famous.
Now, how did that start? Where did this begin?
I don't know. Maybe I think my wife just bought me colorful socks. That's probably where it started.
Well, how many do you have? Do you know?
Like at least 6-7 pairs. Yeah.
Awesome. And ties?
Ties, I have a lot of colorful ties. I especially after this Christmas.
Oh.
New Year's time, I got a lot of new ones too, yeah.
Well, every time I see you, it seems like you have a new great tie.
Thank you. I now have another new one as well, yeah.
All right.
A purple one.
Kind of off the subject, but I like to ask this question to people. If you could go anywhere in the world, not back to Turkey, but somewhere else, where would you go?
I really want to visit New Zealand.
New Zealand,
I like islands.
Yeah.
I think islands are special. Whichever island you go to, the people have that personality, that happiness, that freshness, that calmness, no stress.
Yeah.
That I think that resonates. With the people in any island. You go to South Padre, I think it's different. You go to in Turkey, there are multiple islands. Just in the coast, and I've been to many of them, and New Zealand is, I hear, is beautiful.
It's famous. There's lots of movies that are filmed there. The Lord of the Rings.
That's right. Yeah, the landscape is just so beautiful, and whomever I met from New Zealand is just always an awesome person. So that's my bucket list.
Okay. Well, sadly, our time is about up.
Yes, but I have
no.
one last question. Many people's names have meanings. Emily, the meaning is like industrious. And if I'm correct, your name, Fatih, is conqueror.
Correct.
And Okcu is like archer, like
Correct.
arrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Archer.
So,
Wow.
and I see it. It really goes hand in hand with your job. A conqueror, it's like you're finding new cures for cancer, and an archer, it's like you're fighting the cancer, helping children fight the cancer.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I just thought that was really neat. Your name really goes hand in hand with your job.
I thought you were going to ask him for the translation, but you just give it to us.
Well, I've done my
You did
research.
research.
I've done my research.
Thank you all for listening. It's been a pleasure, Dr. Okcu. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
It's been a
It's
pleasure.
been my pleasure.
It has been our pleasure.
You guys are awesome. You just do always a great job. And you almost made me cry now. So
We're going to end this episode with the Purple Songs theme song made by Zack, who's 15 years old. We'll see you next episode.
Love and purple.
Bye.
Bye.
There comes a time when some children's lives, what they need is a purple dream. Take them away to far places and magical spaces, kings and queens of hopes and dreams, a place to sit, words to share, imagination to take them there. So make a wish and sing it loud. You know your heart will show you how. Fly high above, feel the love. Purple songs can give you wings. Purple songs can set you free. Doctors have found when music's around, it can lift you up when you're feeling down. Shots the pain, the hurt you face. disappear, the hope's alive, the light is bright, a place to sit, words to share, imagination to take you there. So make a wish and sing it loud, you know your heart will show you how. Fly high above, feel the love. Purple songs can give you wings, purple songs can set you free. Could you imagine it? Could it be true? Could that awesome song have come from you? Take your song and send it along across the horizon to space and beyond. It's all yours. Fly high above, feel the love. Purple songs can give you wings, purple songs can set you free. Set you free. Set you free.
Thanks for listening to Purple Songs Can Fly. We'll see you again next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Kids channel. And remember, for more information about the Purple Songs Can Fly project, visit www.purplesongscanfly.org. We'll be back with more music next week.
Purple songs can fly.